embark on a project to build some drums. And so the wood I chose is going to be African mahogany. I figured tribal beats started in Africa, and African mahogany might be my best bet. I really like the look of it too, and as well as the tone of it. You can see here, this is quite ringy. Of course, when I get it all cut up and glued together, it's not going to be nice and pure and ringy like that, but it should still get a good resonance going. I also like the way it finishes up. I can show you here a guitar that I made and what it comes out looking like with some nice tongue oil on it. Here is a Stratocaster that I'm in the process of building. Of course, this front wood is more decorative. It's a zebra wood. But you can see here on the back how this African mahogany really cleans up nice and has a nice red golden finish to it. So that's what I'm hoping the drums will look like at the end. Alrighty, I got my staves all cut out and my roughs are sanded down. Came out pretty nice. I actually ended up on this 8-inch drum, I ended up putting a little walnut in there. Just because I had it on hand and I thought it would add a nice little decorative touch to it. I'll show you here that I ended up using 12 staves. I tried 8 and that wasn't enough, and then I went to 16 and that was too much. So I used 12 staves. You can see here I've still got the rough inside, so you can take a look. 15 degrees, 15 times 12 is 360, and I felt that that came out nice. This 8-inch drum is a little thinner than my 6-inch because there's more mass here, and I wanted to keep the volumes close to the same since they're going to be in a set. You can see here, came out not as ringy as the piece of mahogany, but still got a nice ring to them. All right, that's the 8-inch. I put a little angle there, so mic placement. Here is the 6-inch. Again, a little more mass there. Same, used 12 staves. They are exactly the same height, but this one I believe will be a little more high pitch. Yep. This one became a little more ringy than the other one, maybe because of the more mass there. This one's about 3/4. The other one turned out to be about 5/8, a little on the fat side, but very nice touch. So the next stage will be to sand them up and stain them and get my holes in for all my hardware. Okay, we got the drums all sanded down and got our bearing edge put on there. And now I thought before we put the stain on there, we would find out what frequency we're getting here. Of course, when we put the head on, we can adjust the tone with the head, but I thought it'd be interesting just to see what frequency we are getting just as the wood resonates. So it looks like it's F sharp. Fluctuates a little bit within the drum, but definitely sticking in that F sharp G area. I'm also recording it with this microphone so we can see on a spectrum analyzer too which frequencies are coming out. Let's try the other drum. Okay, I got the 8-inch drum now strung up, and I got the tuner on it, and let's see what it tells us. Looks like it's fluctuating between C sharp and C, mainly C sharp though. Again, once we put a head on there, we can adjust the head and get the different tones that we want. But it's interesting to know what the wood itself is resonating at. Let's take a look at the spectrum analyzer now.
All right, let's take a look at what kind of frequencies we're getting out of these drums. Here's first the 6-inch tom. So we can see that our primary frequency is that F sharp right around 500. A lot of overtones. Here it is on the piano. All right, now let's take a look at that 8-inch tom. So we can see that our primary tone we're getting is the C sharp right around the 350 hertz. There is overtones. Let's hear it on the piano. Alright, here is a walnut snare I made just to give us a little reference. This thing is really a beast. It's really low frequency. It's a B right around 100 hertz. You can hear this thing is quite deep. But give you kind of a reference how those tom-toms are compared to this snare, which is almost a tom-tom range snare. I made it like that. I wanted to have a dark snare, so there it is on the piano.
Okay, I got the drum dial on here, and as you can see, I basically have it tuned to about 87 pounds per pressure on each lug. That got me to where it was basically the same frequencies as when we hit the raw wood. Now the drum dial folks suggests more like in the 80 pounds to get more of the natural sound, but this is where I have it tuned here. And of course, tuning it lower, we're going to get lower frequencies, and tune it higher, we're going to get higher frequencies. I'll show you some different variations here in a second. Now, that's the 8-inch tom. On the 6-inch tom, I actually tuned it even a little higher than that. You can see basically we're tuned right around the 90 pounds. So, anyways, I'll show you a little bit how that sounds. So here with a drumstick, I'm going to hit this 8-inch tom. And here
there's the 6-inch tom. Of course, if we take our tuning key and tune it down a little bit on each lug, we're going to get a different tone. We're sounding more like where the 8 inch is now. I'll tune this down a hair. There's tuning down a little bit on each lug there. So you can see there's a lot of variety there, and we'll get a lot of different frequencies by tuning those heads tighter or looser. Alright, here we are now with Brian, my drummer friend, and he is going to give us a sample of the toms in contrast with the rest of the kit. So go ahead, take it away, Brian. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed the video.